here on the podcast, you know how passionate I am to speaking to the 18 to 29-year-olds. I'm 29 years old. I've taken risk in my 20s. I am so passionate that people in this young, sweet age understand that it's okay to try things. It's okay to not follow the norm in what used to work 3 decades ago, 4 decades ago. There's different rules, there's different opportunities. The internet is here. Um, the way we had to make money before and the way we had to get to the right people, the right resources, there was a lot of blockage. There was a lot of middleman in the way. But now the internet has completely changed the game. And I can tell you for a fact, the older generation sleeps on this. They put the old ways, traditions of school, college, a degree on a high priority and a high pedestal when that's not the case anymore. Now that we have the internet, we can be our own marketers, we can brand ourselves, we can network a lot and create a lot of content, be our own media company to connect and build awareness around the things that we're passionate about. And it's not maybe it will work, it will work. And the capacity of that it will work all depends on the work you put into it, how good you are, your talent, your skills. But I can tell you, whatever that you're good at and you like and you're passionate around a certain area, whether that's about music, making pillows, writing books, recycling, I mean anything. If you make content around it and you're on these platforms like TikTok and LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, and you're speaking to the world, you will find connections. You will find people in your niche. Or is it niche or niche? I like to say niche. That will help you and uh, bring even more awareness to you. So, as you can see, as a 29-year-old, I've taken risk. I'm a trainer. I've worked traditional jobs. I'm still even on this figuring out process of starting a gym and if that's going to be the right route. I feel really green and hungry for it. I feel really moved to do that. And um, I've I'm taking risks by making a podcast, by making content, by not going to school, dropping out when I was about 20 years old. And not going to go on a rant about school here, but that's just some of the risks that I've taken. Um, so, to any 18 to 29-year-old listening to this, I hope this episode does bring you value. And, I'm going to read something here that I wrote, a nice deep caption that I wrote on content that I put out back in December, a post that I put out back in December. But this is one way to make content. You put out, you type something very thoughtful, and then you can read it back to the camera like I'm doing. So here's what I wrote. I said, if you're in your 20s or younger, like me, take leaps. Someone told you that your hobby was a waste of time and that you should focus on this or focus on that. Stay safe, do what's always worked, or, stay within the box. And that's not true. It's not true at all. There's a lot of happiness and fulfillment in talking to the world and showcasing what you love and what you're good at. And if you don't know what that is, you got to go out and taste things. You got to go out and try things. And I'll go off a little rant here. Tasting and trying things is totally normal. We're not supposed to have everything figured out in our 20s. We're going to be learning a lot, changing our mind a lot. Different things will come up, different opportunities. It's just all about trying and tasting so you don't have any regrets, because regrets are not fun. Regrets are poison. So the more you taste things and try things, the closer you would get to finding what you like or what you're good at and what you feel your strengths can really um, be shown and used. So huge amounts of 18 to 29-year-olds are doing things simply to please their parents. My fellow peers, I see you being in professions you don't care anything about, to make mama proud, to make dad proud, to make your auntie and uncle and the, you know, older relatives proud. You suppress your wants and desires to not upset your parents, and that later turns to resentment toward them or regret. Man, that's huge. Like, let me repeat that. You suppress your wants and desires to not upset your parents, and that later turns to resentment toward them or regret. I'd rather go do what I love. I'd rather go do my thing and let my parents be mad at me for a little bit than go live a life I don't want to live, put on a mask that I don't want to wear to see through eyes that I don't want to see through, than to, um, go out and be happy. I'd rather go be happy, man. I'd rather go live and do what I'm passionate about than living for somebody else and based off their judgments and what they want from me. So on the flip, your parents love leveraging their control over you through housing and money so you don't get hurt. And they love you tremendously. And even at deeper layers, they want to have some kind of bragging rights to tell their friends about how you're in such and such school or how you're working at such and such job and how you viewed acquired such and such degree. Do your thing because they're going to love you in the end anyway. Your parents are going to love you in the end anyway. Pull it off. Take the leap. I'm on your side 1000%. Things can get less scary when you start moving and taking action. You'll also find that people will help you along the way. So, if you have any 2 cents on this, if you've experienced something like this, or if you have any thoughts, comments that you want to touch on that maybe I missed or that you feel needs to be said, definitely reach out to me, DM me, and we can chat more about this. But I really hope this podcast episode is helping somebody, one 18 to 29-year-old out there, to be a little bit more brave and know that they'll be okay. Thanks for listening.